Now, here it is, the Chevy Tahoe 2013, the one I was talking about last week that we were going to lift. We are going to be lifting it. There it is. And there's all the parts for it. New control arms, new rear spring spacers, drop for the differential, front differential, all the hardware, bolts. So yeah, that's going to be a pretty exciting little lift we're going to put on here, and should take about 5 hours, give or take, depends. But here we go. Now we're taking off the disassembling this first knuckle right here, taking off the brake caliper and then the rotor, and
hand me a hook in my second drawer there.
I don't know if you guys caught this last time, but around here, instead of using a coat hanger or a bungee cord, Dale went out and bought one of these fancy hooks so you could hook your caliper all nice and neat.
Would you look at that?
And it works great, let me tell you.
Little baby girl about it.
Upper ball joint? No.
A little hammer action.
Now we're removing the upper control arms, as you can see. So far we disconnected the tie rod right here, upper ball joint, and now the control arms, and then I'll probably undo the sway bar link and then take out the strut with the spacer. And that really would basically conclude this side. Have this offside done. That's basically all you need to do per corner. Am I missing anything?
No.
That's about right. That's about it.
It's pretty simple.
Ain't much to it.
I love the Play-Doh GM coats that frames in.
Upper strut mount bolts, 3 of those. Yeah, so as you can see, Dale's not really wearing a sweat warmer, or whatever they call those, or wrist warmers. What he's wearing is a brace to help his wrist.
Support wrap.
Support wrap. He really screwed it up pretty bad.
Out in the dunes.
Out in the dunes. So now he, but you know what? He's still working it. He ain't no wussy.
That's right.
But yeah, that's definitely not a wrist warmer or leg warmers. He don't do that kind of stuff.
Work hard, play hard.
That's right. That's what we do.
If you're videotaping, I do listen.
Now I was going to take off the sway bar link.
We have our
Grab the appropriate tool.
Our photo man.
Would you look at that?
Yeah. Everything dropped down.
I usually pull them up and see if there's anything, on the car that might over. You got your keys and ticket. What are we doing? We're doing an oil change.
There it is, on the ground. Would you look at that?
Would you look at that?
Okay, now I can take out the upper camber bolts and then remove the upper control arm. Just like that. Looks like not going to be used anymore.
This side.
All right, so now we're replacing it with a new control arm, and there it is. It's pretty fancy. Into the strut spacer.
Careful, the bolts get a little hot. The nuts, I should say.
And there you have it. That was pretty easy. And now you got to put the spacer onto the strut.
One way or another. You gotta kind of do them all at the same time.
Gotcha. Oh.
Yeah, ordered oil. And I got 2 cases of Jack 20.
Come on.
All right, now he's going to tighten up the upper strut mount. They put the bottom strut mount bolts in, and the tie rod, ball joint, and the sway bar link, and that'll and the brake caliper. That'll almost complete this corner right here.
Great. Should have tightened those first.
Be a little bit easier to leave everything loose right here, the knuckle and everything, the spindle, to drop the front diff down a little bit. So we'll see if the idea works. I think it will. Now he's going to the other side, and we're going to do the same process all over again. Start by unloosening the upper control arm, or the ball joint on the spindle. Took off the tie rod. All right, now we're back at the Project Tahoe here, lifting her, and now we are done with the passenger side. Got the spacer all up in there and everything. Now we're working on dropping the front diff. The front differential by inserting the spacers that go in the mounting. I've already got my wrench up there. And then Dale is going to cut this out right here. This time we're actually going to use a die grinder. Last time we used a butter knife and it took for a long time. So Dale's just going to use a die grinder this time. If you guys remember on the last lift kit that we did. Alright, now he's getting the mounting bolts that hold the front differential up.
Maybe.
Alright, got the bolts out of there, the bolt out of there, the bolt out of the other mount, and now the final one up in there. And then this will drop down. Then we gotta do the same thing like the other one. We gotta cut right here, cut the cooling fins off. Alright, now we're going to be doing some grinding on the front differential, like I was talking about the front spots. But to change the pace here a little bit, just so you guys know, there's also going to be another deal going on here, and that's this particular vehicle here, an EcoBoost F-150. And if you can guess, 2 blown turbos. Yep, twin turbo setup, and they're both blowing smoke like a mofo. Dale took off the charge pipe right off the throttle body and nothing but oil came out. And these will be the turbos that are going to go in it. Aren't they cute? Look at those little babies. Aw. Look at that little cute little cold side. Little hot side. So yeah, that's going to be going in there next. So stay tuned for that one. That's going to be a fun project, you know, but pretty easy, simple. So yeah, just kind of keep that in mind if anybody buying the F-150 with the EcoBoost twin turbo setup. This doesn't have a whole lot of miles on it, and the turbo's already blown, so there it is. Stay tuned for that one. Luke, I am your father. There's nothing wrong with being cautious when shit's flying. You don't want to be breathing it in. I totally understand that. Especially when you do this every day. Snowed down all the spacers for the control, or for the front differential. Nice. Front end, upper control arms are in, right there. Control arms. We greased it. We pulled off this cap and greased it up. Ran the ABS line through the original bracket. All plugged in nice and neat. Got the spacer up there up top. And there you have it. So that is how they look. Now coming around to this end here, same exact thing. Make it look for a nice stock clean setup. Everything plugged right back in its original location. Now, of course, every time you do a lift kit, you have to do an alignment. That's a gimme.
Yeah.
All right, now we got the hole cut in the cross member. Dale's gonna go ahead and throw that up right now. And that will complete the front part of this lift kit. And then we're gonna move on to the rear side, so. Started by disconnecting the sway bar links.
Your brake lines.
And your brake lines.
And your ABS.
And your ABS sensors.
Plugs.
And what we're gonna do is drop the rear diff down and put in the coil spring spacers. And then they also make a shock spacer that bolts to the bottom. That'll be next. All right. So there's the spacers for the springs. Those get bolted up. So now he's going to zip them down, get them tightened up. Somehow.
I can reach up there.
Nice. Got the rear end all done. Definitely looks pretty good. It definitely can tell the difference. I'll be doing a before and after picture. Big difference on the lift for sure. But it turned out pretty good. I do appreciate it.